Hey y'all, Chris with Rockin Farm here. I think we're fixing to have a train wreck on this farm. That's kind of what my gut's telling me, but I'm really hoping I'm wrong. So I hope you hang out to watch the potential excitement, but in the meantime, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, click that notification bell, and when you get a chance, go check out our website, rockin8farm.com. So the agenda for the morning, we're out doing morning chores and we're doing them a little later than normal. The reason that we're out a little later than normal is because I needed these pigs to get good and hungry. We are planning on moving the pigs onto pasture today. I have a pen that I've set up, and I'll show it to y'all in a little while. Electric fence, I've got their housing out there, I've got their water out there. It's time to get them out of the barn and start making room for other livestock in the barn. We're gonna be getting a breeding pair here pretty soon. They're gonna be very young pigs that are gonna need to be trained to electric and trained to the pig nipple waterers. So that's definitely a good farrowing and training area, but these guys are trained. They know what an electric fence is. They know how to use the pig nipples. So it's time for us to get them out on some of the green grass that we're starting to get on the property and just start rotating them through. Now, anybody who knows anything about pigs knows that pigs can be pigs. They're very intelligent animals, and there's a good chance they're going to do whatever it is they want to do. What I'm hoping is that because it's breakfast time and they're good and hungry, and they associate my red bucket with food, that they're just going to follow me into the area. But I don't know if that's going to happen or not. We got a few of the dogs put up so that they don't just add a little bit more to the circus, and we're just going to kind of have to see how this goes. Down the hill.
It dropped out of it.
Run and get me a P10. And then put the fence up. So y'all, that went smoother than I thought it was going to, slower than I thought it was going to, but much smoother than it was going to. No pigs running off. Now, only time is going to tell if they're going to respect this electric fence or not. We're going to just have to see, because that's part of what homesteading is about. So let's talk a little bit about the setup I've got here. I ran 2 lines of poly wire. I've decided when I do this again, I think I'm going to go ahead and invest in the poly tape. I like the visibility of the poly tape. Obviously, it's not as visible as the electric netting, but I think the poly tape is going to be a better option for me, just for, you know, the ability for animals to associate something visually with something that's uncomfortable. The area that we've set up for them, that's their pig hut back there. I'll show you that in a second, and that's pretty close to the back of the area that I've set up for them. This is a relatively small area. We're looking at about 2,000 square feet, so it's roughly 100 feet by 20 feet wide. The reason I set them up in this area, and the reason that it's kind of so small, is because we're just coming into spring, so this is the only area that's a little bit green. Here's their pig water, and they're already trained to pig nipples, so we'll just have to see if they're gonna associate this with the same thing that they had over in their shack. They're pretty good about, if I show them something, they'll come take advantage of it. You got to be careful stepping over the fence so you don't shock your nether regions. What's up, boys? What are you getting all startled about, huh? You guys are being pigs. Gotta share your food. The fence system that I set up is just basically the same thing as that I set up over there. I've got T-posts on the corners, and then I've just got rebar about every 20 feet in between. It makes for a nice tight fence and everything. The wire's held real secure. That's kind of what's important. So I started telling you that I've got 2 wires. The reason I have 2 wires, the bottom wire is for the pigs. The top wire is kind of for the pigs, but not really. Technically, my pigs could step over the bottom wire. I think they're just tall enough, but their belly would definitely drag on it and they would get the shock that way. The lower wire, when the pigs are up close to the fence, it's almost always because they've got their nose down in the dirt. So having the wire about 7 or 8 inches off the ground, that kind of gives them that little, hey, hello, don't go past this point. The reason the next wire is up right around 20-21 inches, that's really more for the dogs. So not only, I've trained my pigs to electric, they'll just have to understand their boundaries in this certain area. But now it's also time to train my dogs to an electric fence and have them understand that they're not supposed to be inside of it. Here's the pig hut that we put together. We'll see how it goes tonight. We'll just kind of lead them over here and see if they want to go to bed in here. So here's the deal, y'all. I told you we've got these 2 guys. They're my buddies, but they are my feeder pigs. October 5th is their processing date. I was able to find a processor. I'm very happy with this. It's actually a certified humane processor. Because y'all see the way that I raise my pigs. I raise them no differently than if they're one of my dogs, one of my cats. You know, I really do kind of treat them like pets, and I understand that they're not pets, they're livestock, but I want them to have the best possible life they can have. So I love on them and I give them belly rubs and all that good stuff, just like I would do my breeding stock, even though these guys are going to go to freezer camp on October 5th. So we've got these guys that'll be going in the freezer later this year. We're picking up our breeding pair sometime very late spring, early summer. And then we'll, you know, as soon as they get old enough to breed, we'll be cranking out litters, and that is going to generate a source of income for us, hopefully. But the big thing is food sustainability. So did anyone in 2020 try to go to the grocery store and got told that they could only buy 1 pound of meat at a time? That might be okay if you're a family of 3, but if you're a family of 4 or 5 and you typically want to eat meat 4 or 5 times a week, then only being able to buy 1 or 2 pounds when you're in the grocery store, that's not going to fly. And I honestly believe that that's the direction things are really kind of heading. I think that the way that the food market seems to be going is that there is a preference that America would switch over to a plant-based diet of fake meat created in labs. That's not the way I want to eat, and it's not good for my health. I eat very much of a, I guess you could say like a primal paleo type diet. I really try and keep kind of what you would consider modern foods out of my diet, and I'm getting much better about it all the time. Just getting back to the roots of like how a Native American wandering the plains would have eaten. So in order for me to eat like that, and with the way that meat prices and meat availability are going, I need to have a sustainable plan. And that's what these pigs provide to me. So because they are giving me the ability to live a lifestyle I want to live, that's the reason I give them a lifestyle full of love and everything they would want. So I guess I'm kind of sorry that this didn't have the dramatic train wreck effect that I kind of promised at the beginning of the video. It went smoother than I expected it was going to. I honestly thought that a dog was going to come bolting out and pigs were going to go running everywhere. Like, that is what my mind envisioned. So I'm really happy with the results. We'll keep you up to date on how they're doing as far as respecting the fence and how the dogs are doing about learning on the fence. We've got some other exciting things coming up this week. I believe that our breeder Orpington breed chickens are going to be showing up this week. So it's going to be quite a while before they're actually breeding for us, but we've got some really cool Orpington breed chickens coming in. Just a lot of cool stuff going on the farm right now. But that's about all I've got for y'all today. So until I see everybody again, be happy and live healthy.